no. Why we're talking about money.
That money you don't
at the way
have
you look like money.
is the one we want to talk about.
Yes.
Hello, and welcome back.
It is us again. In case you've forgotten us. Coach Silla, this is Kay, and this is Mikhala.
Mikhala.
See, I need to learn how to pronounce that.
Mikhala.
As I learn my French,
Yes.
it will come. It will come. Welcome. Today we are having a conversation on money, finances, women and finances, and why it's important, our money stories, all of the above. Yes, are we ready?
Yep. We are ready.
She just passed the comment that we're talking about money. That she doesn't have. But before we go on, I think even if you say you don't have money, I feel like you're one of the most organized people I know when it comes to money. Yes, I'll tell you why I say that. Because, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I sat with you when you were leaving a job, and when we talked about what you were anxious about, it actually turned out that you'd already paid rent for I don't know how many months. You had planned, like you had all your monies organized. So anyway, that's where we're starting from. But as we get started, I will start with you, Kay. Why did you want us to talk about finances? Why are they important?
Actually, I think my reason for talking about money is how to make money for you. You know, you'll not be at an age or at a place where you'll always be making money. At one point you'll be out of employment. At some other point you'll have more bills or more responsibilities, more than the money you have, and at some point you'll get old, right? Yeah, retire or get fired at 45.
And you want to retire on a yacht?
Yes, you want to retire when money has made money for you. So I think for me at my age, I want to say that the realization came to me at a very old age. These are things I wish instead of learning how to use a Bunsen burner, would have been taught how to
manage and use money
at an early stage, because this is what I'm trying to impact to my sister. My sister is 19. So I learned this when I'm actually like in my 30s. So
okay. On that note, how did you get to a level of financial education where you can now teach your own sister certain things? Like, what were those things that had to happen for you to get there?
So my entire life, I'm a single mom. My entire life I've been, how do you call it? How do you say it?
On survival mode?
No, there's just one, you just
Coasting.
No, it's like
you're just going with it.
Okay, you guys fill in the blank. I don't know.
It's a swimming pool. You just like
you
wade.
Yes,
You're
and then you
wading.
thank God, and then you just
Oh,
thank God.
you're
No,
not
you
a
just
pilot.
thank God. Yes, you thank God, and you're like, if it was not for God, we wouldn't be as you don't have life insurance, you don't have savings, but the year has gone. You
survived.
Yes, you have a child who's gone to school. You have siblings you're taking care of who are like, they're fed. You have a roof over your head. The next year comes, the same thing. The next year comes, you're fired. The next month you get a job. As in you thank God, because it's just like
it's great.
There's something I'm looking for. There's that word people say. You're just like, I don't know.
She'll find it and then
I'll find it and then I'll say it. So that's how I've been like going through my life. I actually ventured out to live alone at a very early age, and by the time I was 30, all the money I was putting aside, I was taking out.
I know that's true.
No, it's most of us.
Yeah, I'd have like 4 accounts: one for travel, one for shopping, one for rent and bills, and the empty one that we hope something might happen. So that's how I lived my entire life. Okay. And at some point I came across now the book I was telling you about, the Smart Money Woman. Arese. Her name is Arese. The writer is called Arese. Someone will pin it.
We'll put it.
So I read that book. I read it again, and then I read it again. And apparently this thing is not science.
It's a must-read book then.
Yes, it is not science. It's not something that you have to, like go to school for someone to add 1 + 1 to make it 2. No. I just read that book and I was like, this is exactly
what I needed.
This is exactly what I needed. And these are the things like I take for granted. Like, you know, waking up in the morning at the end of the month on the 1st, you're like checking your account balance. It's midday. The money has not entered. At 2.
Money has not
And
entered.
you're even waiting the month.
Yes, because you already
have
have recurring bills that are piling up. And if this salary doesn't come in,
You don't know what to do.
you cannot do. Not even, no, don't know what to do. You cannot.
I will come back to some of the money lessons from that book. But moving on to you. So a lot of us think about money a lot. Obviously. Like all our friends think about money, we think about money. But we don't often talk money as women. Like in groups, like how often do you sit with your friends and talk about money? It's almost uncomfortable
To talk about money.
to talk about money. So like for me, not even that. We just find it very
Awkward.
yes. So like for me this year, I'm like, this year is about making money. And I met with a friend and I was talking about my plans for this year and all the things I've got. And as soon as I started talking about money, you could see her almost looking at me like, yes, like I was being greedy and all I wanted was money. Because I was like, I won't do this for free anymore. I will get paid. And it was really uncomfortable. You could physically see her feeling uncomfortable that I really wanted to go after money. But money is nice. So why do you think we don't talk about money? Why is it such an uncomfortable thing? Is it that we don't understand it? What is it?
I feel like for women, it's I like to watch this YouTube channel called Man Talk. Hi Man Talk. So there's this boy, I think he's like in his 20s, and he says, if you feel like you're charging too little for something, you probably are. And I feel like as women, we're at that place. Like there's something you could be very good at. Like maybe I'm very good at posing, but I don't charge anything above 1,500. Whereas I could be charging 3,500 because I'm the only person that is teaching posing in Kenya. You see? And I feel like it's like that with money.
Is it a humility thing?
No, it's not a humility thing. It's a fear thing. It's a fear thing. And then the thing is, if I go and tell Kay, you know, I wanna make a lot of money. It's synonymous to some people, it's synonymous to saying, I don't have money, like I am broke. And most of us are very scared
Of saying
of looking like we don't have money. And I was having this conversation with a friend of mine recently, Juliet actually, and I was telling her my experience on why I moved into my sister's house after I left my job and then Corona came. And I was telling her it's because I have things I want to accomplish, and if I decide that it's rent I want to pay, I will not get there. And it's surprising because she told me, same to her. She moved back home, but nobody gets to tell you that Mikhala moved home or Juliet moved home.
So you feel like you're the underachiever.
You're under the underachiever, and for women, it's like it's a very big deal for you to look like you're successful, you're going to the salon, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this, and you don't need the money.
The gram life.
The gram life. And you see that the best people to talk to about money and wanting to make money are your close friends. If you cannot talk about making money to your close friends,
then you're just wasting each other's time.
Drop them. Those are not your friends. Like, it can't just be manicures, pedicures, hairdo, Instagram, blankets and wine. And
like guys, we did that in our early 20s.
We did.
If you're in your early 20s, you've got a head start. Just start saving money, start investing. We'll talk about all that in a second. Okay. Now, what were the top 3 lessons from that book you talked about? Like, what are the 3 things? If you were talking to a 25-year-old,
tell anyone, it doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter what you're earning, it doesn't matter what you're looking forward to becoming or what you're looking forward to achieve. It all begins with a step. Just go and make that first step. Just decide, like the way Mikhala said, she wants to achieve something, and the way to achieve it, she has to cut out some expenses to save some money. I believe we all, if you look at whatever we do, we all can do that. Like in my house, I used to have Wi-Fi, Netflix, DSTV.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know, because you know, as in,
standard.
If you ask me why I have all that, I have a kid, 9-year-old, but why do I have this TV? He can watch his cartoon on Netflix.
Exactly.
With Wi-Fi, he can go on YouTube and do his stuff. So why do I have good TV, DSTV? I'm paying I don't know how many thousands, and then I have Wi-Fi that you can do everything with or without good TV. So these are the costs you can actually scrap off. That is number 1. You just start. Number 2, just monitor how you're spending your money.
Oh yes.
Yes.
That is important.
When I started, it was hectic. I was like, I'd write parking,
Yes.
200. Uber, 250. Lunch, 300. And then next day, day 2, day 3, you're like,
This is so much work.
Guys, this thing is key.
Yes.
So I'm doing it for the month of March actually. I haven't done it in like maybe 8 years now. Like the first time I did it, it made me so aware of where my money
Yes,
was
of where your money
going.
is
going.
It was a
And
pain, like you're
yes.
saying. But literally, what you do is I have these little notebooks. Every day, date.
Yeah.
And
If you don't
before
want to
sleep.
walk around with a notebook, I actually use my phone.
There's
There's a notepad.
I love
And
that.
there's an app.
I'm a notebook person.
There's
So
an
I
app called
like
account book. Do you know it?
Yes,
account
yes.
book.
You use account book. Like it's actually, that's what I used to monitor. That's what I used to monitor my business money, my salary. Like it shows you expense.
So in this book, one of the characters,
Income,
actually the main
outcome.
character was every Sunday, you know, the chill and facial and, you know, that kind of Sunday. You just take your book, you take your phone, and you go through your expenses.
Yeah.
You're like, I bought a shoe again.
Yes,
For 4,000.
exactly. Like it just makes you hyper aware of all your foolishness.
You've been sending money to this person.
At least my foolishness comes to
Yeah.
light.
You're like,
whenever
I've
I
been
do
eating out. Like before I started, like every Sunday I do my
Meal
own
prep.
meals for like the week. Every week I'd spend almost 2,500 on lunch only.
Yeah, in
For
a
me.
month. Guys,
For 5
and this is
days.
another trick for money. Always count your money in 10 days. So, or 10 months. So I never count, like, I never say, oh, it only costs me. So like 2,500 a week is 10,000 a month.
month.
I never see it as 10,000 a month. I will say in
10
10
months,
months, it's 100K.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Mind.
And if
it will change
exactly
your
the
life.
same
Always
thing
look
you
at
eat.
everything in 10
The
months.
same
You
thing.
stop.
Buy safe border.
You will walk, eh?
Imagine
That's how I started doing.
Because
my
when you
meal
see
prep.
2,500, it's like, it's not bad. Then when you spend 10,000 a month, it's like, it's okay. Then when you're like, that could have been 100,000
Yes,
shillings.
it hits.
We're talking shillings. Kwacha, that's, gosh, I don't even know. But it's like $1,000 in 10 months on eating things.
Lunch
When
alone,
you
not
could
even
prepare.
breakfast,
$1,000.
not even
guys.
dinner. That's how I actually started
20,000
making my meal prep.
guys.
So you'd order,
2,000.
okay, you're eating clean. Salad, basically, I think the cheapest salad is like 500. That is maybe garden salad or maybe chicken salad, whatever. So you're eating clean. A little protein, a little vegetables, and a little starch. When you make that at home, you'd spend like 500. Like 2 broccolis, like half a chicken or a kg of chicken. And then you cook it in your house.
And you see,
And then you
have you
pack it.
seen broccoli? Like when you go to, and I'm sorry, zucchini. I'm sorry to plug zucchini here. When you go to zucchini with 500 shillings, I kid you not, I buy broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, and
fresh
bell
beans.
peppers for a whole week.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
A whole week.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. And you're sorted for the whole week. So that actually cut my expense on lunch that much. Like the entire
You've got
cost.
100K
From
saved.
2,500, I moved to like 800. Because now I'll have to, of course, do some protein, do some starch and vegetables on my meals. And then you have the freedom of Monday to Wednesday, I'll do fish. Thursday to Friday, Saturday, I'll do
Chicken.
Yes. So you take ownership of how your money is being spent. And then there's this thing we always have, I'm sure at our age we are all taking care, not really taking care, but at some point you have to like send money home or support your family.
That,
stuff like that.
I'm
And
so glad I'm
things
not
are
a firstborn
Yes.
people. It's so, the most
Look at this
beautiful thing.
irresponsible child.
I am the one that he sent money to. Thanks, Dad.
So overall, you'll find like parents are like not really like they're struggling.
Pause 1 second. Guys, I'm sorry. The camera is a bit like this and it's disturbing me. Are ready to be sponsored? Cheers. I don't have my glass.
You look at my face.
But anyway. The moment
It's
of
popping.
appreciation.
It's popping. We look sponsored.
Hello? Yes. We're back. You
back.
are sending
So,
things
yeah,
back
so,
home,
yes,
helping
taking
out
care
as
of,
part of
like,
your
you know,
responsibilities.
I don't want to call it like a responsibility per se, because these things are random. It's not like a monthly thing.
Okay.
At some point, something
True.
will happen.
Your
home
uncle
and you're
sick.
like, yeah, send money for ABCD, or we are in the middle of this construction. We need this kind of money. Please,
Yeah.
Send
no.
something.
And you're in Nairobi. You cannot say you don't have
cannot
money.
say- What's wrong with Omega?
You cannot say you don't have money. You have money.
You have to pull your weight.
Yes, and
Just
then you know
living
this
in
comes from a
Nairobi.
parent who's taken care of you like their entire
Entire life.
They've sold properties. Did I just sell?
They've sold property. They've used their farm to grow sugarcane over the years.
So when your father or
school.
mother comes to you and they're like, I need this much, like I've accumulated this, I need this much to finish this project, you'll definitely move things around to make it happen. So one thing I realized is I'd always go into that saving account that I used to put money to. Then I'll take it out.
A rainy day account. I also have a rainy day account.
No, but then it was not a rainy day account. That was like,
it was your savings
back then
account.
It was like
that you're
no,
taking.
you know, I used to put money in an account where if I feel like I need to go to Tanzania tomorrow, you take all the money out and do with it
whatever you want.
Yeah, so it was not really a saving account. It was just me playing around and putting.
That's already organization.
Playing Russian roulette with your money.
So yeah, exactly. So I take all that money out and send it home, and then now we're back to square one. If I lost my job now after sending that money out, we're back to
zero.
If anything happened home, like if my son got sick, if anything, if my car broke down, if I take that money to go repair it, we're back to
square one.
So you're living like in
a cycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is something else I learned.
And it's a very weird headspace to be in.
Yeah.
Because you're never really like settled. You can't really breathe properly because you know I am one paycheck away from poverty.
Exactly. You have like the middle income level.
Yeah. So the book, that was another lesson I learned from the book.
So what do you
do?
The way
you have insurance for whatever happens. You actually don't take insurance for that, but now you have that rainy day. And this is basically just for that. You know, it's when mom wants 100K or
so it's not your emergency account.
No, it's not.
Okay.
If things will always happen, be it 10 years from now, be it a month from now, something will always happen back at home where you're required to like chip in or something, anything. Just have that account. This is for my family. This is for my parents. This is for my siblings or whatever. If you're taking care of your siblings, this is it. It can be also like an account which earns interest. Yeah. A money market account for that specific person, for that specific reason.
We'll talk about accounts. We'll talk about investments in a bit.
But talking about that, what I love the fact that I'm not a firstborn, I really do, because my sister, she makes sure you have your money straight, you have your life straight. So what we learned very early, we have this friend, she's a financial analyst, and she, in our very initial years of working, like when you're 23, she starts to ask you for like 10, 15,000, 5,000, so that you put it in the life insurance. You put it in a life insurance plan. But on top of that, she insists that all of us join a circle. So you are always, each of us is always in a circle. It doesn't matter. All my sisters,
a circle is. I'm trying to find the Zambian savings and credit. It's kind of like a slightly smarter version of village banking. I have issues with village banking that I will go into one day if you ask me. But it's kind of like a money smart version of village banking. Yes. Because there the circle actually invests your money and so on. So you're actually making money. Whereas village banking, I find, another topic for another day. Go on.
So you have to join, with Diana, you actually have to join a circle. So what she does is she says, the circle maybe needs you to buy 10,000 shares at maybe 10,000 shillings. You buy the 10,000 shares, but she tells you, you see that rainy day account that you're talking about? You open it to the circle. So that if you ever need money, you go to the circle, you go to the circle account, you have your shared account, then you have your rainy day or savings account. So that is where most of us have our rainy day account.
Smart, because then it's earning some interest.
Exactly.
Anyway. Okay.
But then you don't always like a circle is not like a bank where you can go now and be like, give me my money now.
Yes.
It gives you
like that to actually think about it. Do you really need to like use this money now? And then the final lesson in book 1, your friends are your everything. If your friends are not making moves, you will not make moves.
I tell you, that is important.
Because if my friend is just, let's go for lunch,
it's a bump.
Let's go do nails,
and they are friends
that is
who
how you
pull you back.
Yes, like and then we have those friends that are just selfish.
Yes,
friends that will just be making moves. And they will never tell you.
I had those friends, guys, and I found out too late that I was the dunderhead that was telling everybody.
You cannot come to your friends and tell them like, yo, hey man, I've been looking to buy this car. If your friend doesn't ask you, is that car value double what you have in your account? If your friend cannot talk to you about such conversations, then you really don't have a friend.
And
you
also
you
if
have
you
people you know.
And also if
People
you have
they're
friends
not your
who,
friends.
if you have friends who want you to always be Instagram ready, like they will pressure you into buying brand name things, they will pressure you.
Yes,
I like that.
exactly.
Continue, pick up from where I am.
You see, I was having this conversation again with another acquaintance of mine, and she told me, and it's someone you know, she told me she had to drop some friends because of the fact that she started voicing that I cannot afford it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I keep writing this on my Instagram.
Yes.
The most powerful
You can say
statement
no. You can say
I have
cannot.
ever known to say in 2018 was, I cannot afford it. And I say it with my chest.
Yes.
Like you tell me,
Most of
oh,
us
let's go
can't.
camping. I'm like, man,
People who borrow money
I cannot afford it.
to go and do something they can't afford.
And I used to be that person. I used to be that person. And then I realized the caliber of friends I have are not the friends that my family raised me to have.
Yeah.
They're not the friends that my sister that I look up to doesn't want me to have. And they're not the friends that my pocket allows me to have.
Yeah.
My pocket allows me to have
Yes.
chill friends.
Yes. And that's why I'm very deliberate on the type of people I hang out with. Like you will find me with Kay, like Kay is organized, Mikhala's
trying to
organized,
get there.
but they don't have that extra pressure that I see a lot of people falling into. Like I was saying in the last episode, if you didn't watch it, go and watch it. We're talking about dating in Nairobi streets. I can call Kay now and be like, we're going to Morocco next week. She already has the money. But if you meet her in the streets today, you will not know that she is that level. So there's no pressure on her. She doesn't have this thing of, I have to carry a Fendi bag and
Exactly.
wear red buttons
Designer
and I
bottom,
don't know
Louis
what
Vuitton.
beads. So I'm always, when I'm looking for friends,
No
yeah,
pressure.
I'm here.
No pressure.
I know you're organized. I know you know what you're about. I know you have a plan. You don't have to have money, but I know you have a plan.
Yes.
But the minute I feel like if I'm with you, I have to do things. Like
That
I
are
start
not
checking
you.
whether my car will fit in with what's, you know, then I'm like, no.
Just don't
no,
come.
no, no,
And
no,
this
it's
actually
okay.
also includes the people you date.
Exactly.
Yeah,
True
it
that.
does. Yeah.
True.
I feel like if now in 20, like this was as bad as maybe in 2020, but now in 2021, if I cannot tell you, hey sweetie, I'm broke.
Yeah.
I don't have money
Yeah.
to do A, B, C, D, E.
No problem.
I cannot date you. And I'm not telling you that I don't have money so that you give me money. I'm telling you I don't have money, or the way my farm is doing right now, and that's another story, how I started my farm. That's another story. But if I cannot tell you, sweetie, my farm is doing so badly, I'm not getting paid this month, I'm not getting paid in April, I'll probably get paid in March.
Yeah.
I am telling you so that you understand my financial situation. I'm not
Yeah,
telling
don't
you
expect
to
me
look
to-
like a gold digger, but if I cannot voice that to you as my partner,
Your
then
relationship is not going
Yeah,
anywhere.
I'm one of those people. If we meet, we are dating on that first date, I will not ask you about your favorite color.
Yes.
What is your plan? Like, let's start with this year. I was telling my friend yesterday. My friend is called Anne. She's one of those. Growing up, she's growing up, and I really like how she's growing up. Like she's got her act together at her young age. It's just
Beautiful
nice
to
look
see.
at. Yes. So she has this thing that she has for her own on her own going, and it's just amazing. So I was telling her, like when you're dating, the first question you ask someone is like, what is your plan? Not ask them, a 10-year plan. You're probably
Yeah.
broken up and gone away.
You don't
get the
know.
fundamentals.
It's 2021.
Yes.
What is your year? What is your plan for this year?
Yes.
You know, it can be as easy as at the end of the year, I just want to like maybe just change the rims of my car.
Exactly.
You know, it's
Exactly.
a plan. You're working towards something.
Yeah.
Or at the end of the year, I want to have like gotten into a circle, or I want to double my, or I want to buy these shares. You know,
I want to
Yeah.
for me it's like I want to do this leadership course, and it costs like,
Yeah.
for most people this is kidogo money. It costs 120k, but I cannot get 120k off my pocket or off my circle account and be like,
No.
here.
Yeah.
You see, the
I
way,
want
the way
to
she's
save
actually
up
talking
to
about
it.
the plan.
Yes.
The way she's speaking about it means she already has a plan.
Yes.
She knows she has to do it by the end of the year. If the course is taking like 6 months, she has to start in June. If the course is 120,000, by June she needs to have raised 120,000. It's in March. That is a plan
Did you hear
that you
this?
need to have. You need to have
hear
in
this?
place. Yes.
Like have a plan.
Yeah, you just can't be
Have
saying,
a plan.
it's 2021. We'll
And
see how the year
again,
goes.
I will link another vlog talking about how to break down your goals into small plans. So I will pause us here. I hope you took that moment to tell yourself what your goal is, like your one money goal. Let's pause for like 2 seconds while they write down their one money goal for this year. Just
or put it on Google Notes.
yes. Just done? Yes. Okay, we're back. Investments.
Aha! My favorite topic.
Yes.
Hey,
Let's go down the line.
I'm also loving that topic. Before you even go, I started with let money make money for you.
Yes.
Do you know how you're able to call me any day? Let's go to Morocco, and I am ready to go.
Tell me.
Passive money.
You see now.
Passive money.
Okay.
Passive money. As in, it just comes. Money is just there making money for you.
I need to get to her level.
I also need to get to her level because I'm not here yet. So what happened? The partners in my law firm and I last year, we had some little money. We decided to put it in a CIC investment account.
CIC the bank.
Yes, it's an insurance company.
It's a bank and an insurance. It's a bank, yeah?
It's an insurance company with it has investment plans.
Okay.
A lot of insurance companies do, I'm sure even those in Zambia do. So the money that we put in, I kid you not, it wasn't too much money, but the money that we put in, I kid you not, raised us close to $500,000 bob between November 2019 and November 2020.
What account is this?
So I'm going to tell you about it. It's a CIC money investment account.
Ooh, I need me to.
Then
I don't know why I'm opening accounts with these funny banks that are paying me 0.006%.
That is where my money has been for the longest time until I moved it.
Okay, we're coming to you. Finish.
so after I realized
CIC money
market.
Okay.
So
what's the interest rate? Do you know? Do you
I
remember?
think it was like 10 or 11%. That's not bad.
Yeah.
So after I looked at those books, I was like, why isn't my money here? Like, why is my money not here? So when 2021 started, I was very intentional that I would talk to a different financial advisor that I knew, because my financial advisor was telling me, keep putting your money in whatever it was I was putting in the life insurance, and I felt like it wasn't working too well for me. I spoke to a financial advisor, and I did this like a journey, so I put it on my YouTube channel.
I will link
Jessie on my Instagram.
I really enjoyed
changed my life.
I really enjoyed those
impact
conversations.
people make in your life.
And you people haven't introduced me to her. I'm about to dump
Instagram.
them.
Instagram.
I remember she linked her, so I will link.
And she
her
just
handle.
texted.
Yeah.
Here she is.
I used this.
Yes.
Hey, it's a Sunday and we're making money. Sorry, continue.
So
we're running out of time.
Jess, and I just wanted to understand like what are the different ways that my money could make money for me. And when I was speaking to Jess, I was like, I do not want to put even 100,000 or 500,000 with you. I want to start with if I was to put 1,000 with you, how much would it make for me?
Yeah.
So now the one that I've taken is the middle term one. It's like 24 months.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, if I've done 12K, I'd probably be having like maybe 24 by the end of 2 years.
Nice.
Or
That's
more.
like double your
That's like
money,
double the
guys.
money. And
And by the way, 1,000 shillings is like 200 kwacha or less.
Your money is bigger than ours.
I don't know what that means. We rebase.
I need the
I'll
value.
get into the rebasing one day. Don't get me started. I might go and
So
start
your money is
voting
like
right
a
now.
dollar.
So before this,
Please go and watch Mikhala's videos on Instagram.
Yes,
they were
on
really
investment.
educational. I was
There's
actually
short-term,
upset.
there's
Let me tell you, I was
mid-term,
upset
there's
when I watched them because Jess works with somebody I'd spoken to last year, and this chick was giving me rubbish options. So I ended up not investing. Like literally, I was looking, and I kept telling her what I was looking for, and she kept giving me rubbish options that she wanted to sell me. So please, tip number one, get the right financial advisor. Because I was listening to your Instagram, and I'm like, these are the things
This is
I
different.
needed to hear.
Yeah.
And it's the same company. So how did this other chick that
Give
I
me
had
this.
3 in-person meetings with not know?
That is how I met Jess.
Okay.
and she's brilliant.
Find Jess.
She's
Find
brilliant.
Jess
And she'll
on
give
her
you,
channel.
like for me, she told me don't do the 12th month one, and
Yes.
don't do the
I
long
was
term
looking
one.
for a
Do the
5-year one.
midterm, the midterm one.
midterm
She
one.
pushed
And
because it's 14%
yes.
interest. She's pushed, yes, she pushes it.
13.5.
Yes, and then
I'm calling her after this.
so actually what had informed this was that CIC money market fund for us, and I also had a conversation with my dad. Like he told me when he was retiring, he got into a financial and asset manager with KCB,
Okay.
and he gave that guy all his retirement money.
Okay.
And he was like, this is my money.
And the money
That was in
was
2016.
yes.
Like, please make it make money for me. My dad tells you, and I kid you not, that money
It's
every
still
9 months
working.
gives him $500,000 more. Every 9
And you
months.
never have to bother.
Every 9 months.
Stress.
9 months and like
But that's why you're saying when
That
we're
is
learning the
passive
parts of a
income.
frog, guys. This
Yeah.
is what we must have been learning.
That is exactly passive income. He
Anyway,
made
so
money
yes,
and now
what are
money is making money for him.
your favorite investment?
So for
vehicles?
me, my favorite investment that I've been in for the longest time, I think I like it because it's paying after the longest time.
Yeah.
It's the circle.
Oh.
we're getting our dividends this month.
Yes.
Hey,
And let
our
me tell you
friends.
what I
Be
do.
nice to
See
us.
why I'm being nice to them. Yeah, I know. I have a plan here.
Which
So let
circle
me
are you
tell you, I
in?
mean, Steamer Circle.
Okay.
So what happens in a circle? You'll buy shares and then you'll do the savings. So what my circle does, he was actually never really interested in the long stories of how this is working or blah 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 blah. I was just told you need to put money for a rainy day, and then I put money. In
And you
circle.
guys, circles
I
don't ask for
honestly-
much money, eh? You don't need to be rich.
No.
You'd start
Ours is
where
2,000
you
bob a
are.
month.
2,000 shillings.
Anything from there. I think
Cut
Steamer
out
Circle is,
that
I think,
lunch.
1,000.
Those lunches,
Per month.
1,000
Per
shillings.
month, yes. As you pay
Yes,
24 and you're done for the year.
Yeah.
Like me, you pay, you're done. December comes, pay your 24, you're done for the year. If you get something else, you can add.
Yeah.
But once you've paid your 24, that's it.
So for Steamer Circle is you'll have like you'll join maybe for like 2,000. You'll buy minimum shares of I think I don't know how much.
Almost, I think 10,000 for most circles.
I think so. And then now you continue saving. So the more money you put in a circle, the more interest you get. I think that's applies. That applies
All
everywhere.
circles, yeah.
So I've been in the circle for I think 5-6 years. So at the first year, second year, you'd just get a text, your dividends have been paid into your
Account.
And then you'd go check, you're like, hey, I have like 10, 20, 30,000. And I'm like, okay, this is good money.
Yeah.
So I used to take it out and spend.
Yeah.
That is money that has just made money for me. It's a little money then, but it's okay.
But it works.
So after, like now I'm on my 6th year, and this is the money that when the dividends come, when the dividends are paid out, I'll take half the dividends, return it back to the circle, and then I'll take that half dividends and put it maybe in a money market account. Or now I'll put it like now in my travel account. And then one thing I noticed, since I don't travel Monday, January, February, March, April, that also my all this money I'm putting out there is making more money for me. Even
And
if
it doesn't
it's a
matter if
shilling.
it's 2 shillings or 1
Yes.
shilling.
It's money
money
that
that
you
you
didn't
didn't
have
have
yesterday.
Yeah, at it's 2, I put 200 and it's 204 shillings. I'm like,
Yes.
yes, I made
Like
4
literally
shillings.
the other.
It is free.
Yes, a couple of weeks ago I did something and they were like, oh, we don't pay, but we'll give you a fee of like $200. I was like, it was $200 I didn't have yesterday.
Yes.
Bring it.
Exactly.
It's not small
Yeah.
money.
So
And
now
like
you're
saying, if
getting
you're
like
smart,
dividends. You'll get like dividends for like, I'll get like dividends for like 100 or 100 and something thousand. And then imagine that is money that I've gotten that I've
Yes.
not done anything
Yes.
for.
So guys, and this is why I said I had an issue with village banking for my Zambian crew. Village banking forces you to borrow and pay interest. I have a fundamental problem with that. If I don't need to borrow money,
You don't have to.
Why am I borrowing money and
Yeah.
paying interest? And it's my money that I put in. So that's the flaw that I always said I'll never do village banking because it ends up messing up your financial planning. Whereas with the circle, you can just put money in 6
Yeah,
years.
you put,
And they
Circle
found
is
other
just
ways
you put,
of
you put,
investing.
you put.
And then if you need to borrow, you borrow. But if you don't, then it's just
It's
making
okay.
money for you. And that's how your investments shouldn't be taking away your money. I wanted us to talk a bit about what other types of investments.
The other type of investment.
So like for me, my favorite investment.
Yes.
Go on.
Oh, sorry. I'm taking over your show.
No, go on. Go on. That's why I'm here. I'm here to learn. Yeah, I know what
my
I
plan
do.
in 2020, at the end of 2020, the second book of The Smart Money
Yes.
Woman came out. It's called The Smart Money Tribe.
Right.
I've not
I
read that.
about
looked
it.
for that book.
I've not
I
read it.
looked for it. I saw it somewhere online. I bought it a soft copy. I read it. And then someone very, very, very special to me, will always be very special to me, bought me, actually went and printed out a copy for me. Like a book now, the hard copy. You know, like we are those people.
I like
old school
physical
or something.
books.
Yeah,
I
like
the hard
you have
copy
to
book.
underline and be like
Yes.
highlight.
Yes,
This is
that's
what
what
I
I
can't highlight. I feel like I'm damaging the book.
No, highlight.
But I really like
Yes.
physical books.
So
I can't
actually
joke on
got
your books.
it.
I can't
I got
really
it
do.
as a gift. Was that a gift or what? I think it was a gift. Maybe she just liked me. So I got the book. So I got the hard copy book and then I read it afresh. And I don't know why, to me, it feels like if I read something once and I'm into it, I have to
need to
read it. It's the same thing with a movie.
Yeah.
You'll watch a movie the first time
and then you start picking out
watch it
certain
the
things and be
second
like,
time.
oh.
And then I'm like, there was this part in the first time. Like you'd pick out
Because you have a
things
careful
that-
eye
yes,
the second time.
second
You're
time.
not just
So I read the
doing
book
it for
the second
entertainment.
time. And now after reading the book, my sister also took, like, now read the book. And then now 2021, me and Anne, this friend of mine again, we were like, this 2021 we need to make big moves. You know, again, shared the book with her. She read the book and she was like, okay, now we need to start looking. And then JC, like God said, JC landed on her.
And that's the other thing. When you're
Instagram.
thinking about money, opportunities come.
They just
when you're
drop.
talking about it, because now it's seeing red cars. You know the concept of seeing red cars, yes? Yes. When you want to buy a red car,
You
start
just
seeing red cars.
cars.
Let me tell you one other thing. When you're pregnant, you start seeing all the pregnant women. Same thing. If you start talking about money, you start thinking about money.
Yes.
You will observe all
Yes.
the opportunities, and
I
it will
think
become
it was,
more abundant
I think
than
it was
it's
like
been before.
a week or so. Anne is the lady who sells my blazers. You know her. Yeah. So I think a week
wears nice
after.
blazers.
She does.
I'm inheriting all of them when she upgrades her wardrobe after her big moves. Yes. Continue.
Hey, my big move is to buy the property. You are not buying blazers.
Oh, and I was going to say
Money
that's my
should make
favorite.
money.
I was going to say that's my favorite investment vehicle. It's real estate. Like me, my
want
friends
to
used
get
to laugh
there.
at
No,
me
but you know, if
and
you-
say that my hobby was buying grass.
Actually,
Literally,
want
I'll
to
see
get there.
grass and I'll buy it. And the
You
first
know, now
piece.
these are people on that
Exactly.
level.
This is what I want to
Which
get.
one now?
That
This
level.
one?
Yes.
No, but you guys, let me tell you, the first property I bought, I think I was 20. My first job, I saved. Again, friends who make you live large will not get you anywhere.
They
Let me
won't.
tell you, I was working at the UN. I was living in a one-roomed cottage at the back of somebody's house, and I didn't care. I'll be dropped off in a big UN bus with all the stuff, and I'll go to the back, where it wasn't one room, it was one bedroom. But my dad still complains that to get to the bathroom, you had to go through the bedroom. And I did not care.
You do not.
Me,
Like,
I was
you don't have to.
scribbling my money. My salary comes, like literally, my rent was maybe 3%, 4% of my salary.
Wow.
Yeah. The rest, I was just like,
That's
boom,
what I'm
boom, boom.
saying.
10
That's what I'm
acres.
saying. I
Lusaka
need to have
West.
learnt these
That
things
farm.
earlier, yeah.
That farm.
Me, I was earning, let's say I was earning like 20, 30,000, my first job. My rent. My rent.
Your rent and your salary were tight.
My rent was all of it. I used to eat breakfast in the office, lunch in the office,
And then you
and
sleep.
dinner. I'd work late. You know, I'm one of those very good employees just to eat dinner. You know? I used to stay behind our office.
Just
in
near.
Lavington.
No,
In Lavington, first
Yes.
job here in Lavington.
I
guys.
used to pay my, like I used to save, like I used to remain with like 2,000.
Uh-huh.
I swear, I used to pay like my first house 18,000. I used to earn 20K. So I paid.
Yeah,
my
that's like
first house.
99% of your salary. is
Exactly.
rent.
My
Don't do it.
rent has never
Don't
been
read
above 10% of my salary. No,
Your
no,
highest
like 15%.
should be
Exactly.
less. It
That's
should
why I
always
started
be
with-
less than 30%. I
Yes.
don't care who you are, what you do. If it goes up to 30%, start checking yourself. There's somebody you're trying to impress, and it's not yourself.
Yes, that's true.
So, like for me,
and
that
again,
was, and from
these
that
things
time,
I've learned when I was young.
I know. Yes, because let me tell you, that land I paid maybe $3,000 for 10 acres. Now it's at, I'm trying to do the calculations, it's at 2,500 per acre, which means if we multiply by 10,
It's 2.5.
yeah, it's like
250. Like you can do like this.
Yes.
if I want to sell it
you
today.
can go to
Literally,
you can
I
go to
could
the
sell
strip club and it will work for
1
you.
acre today and
To
make the
recover
3,000 that I spent.
That's where I want to get to.
Yeah.
Because I don't have
then-
investments that
And
way.
then I started buying like grass all around Lusaka. Like if I see grass in a remote area or there's no road, I'll buy it and I'll leave it alone. Now I've built properties in places where the government came and put a road here.
They pay
Where
you.
when I was going to buy, it was in the bush.
was a bush.
You guys know Foxdale if you're watching from Zambia. We'll drive through a bumpy road in Ngombe compound. The compound is like a slum. I don't even know how I found that land. But it was found, it was bought, and then it was left. And then once we started seeing like progress, like the roads are going in, and now.
And by the way, the other thing
Yeah.
we have not talked about is chama. I know chama is called in Zambia. merry-go-round.
Is Chilimba.
The merry-go-round.
Yes, because I was part of this merry-go-round and we dissolved it last year because 2 of us got into a tiff.
Okay.
But the most beautiful thing about that chama is we bought land in Naivasha. And now it's land that, you know, like when I sit down and I'm like, I am so broken, like my life is so hard. I'm like, no, but there's this shamba worth this amount of money that is just now, because we bought like 4.
Yeah.
Now there was 12 of us. So every 3 people own one.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
or a plot.
a quarter acre.
A quarter
acre.
Okay.
And then when you mentioned the government and the road, so that has happened. So they put it right across, like near the shamba. So we're just like, let's wait it out. Yeah. And when I'm too broke, I'm like, there's that shamba, like I can make
But it's always like I'm saying, you
of
probably never even sell it, but the peace of mind of knowing I have a
that
backup
you have
plan
something there
is so important. Okay, now let's wrap this up. But my favorite investment channels, real estate. I know people don't like real estate, but for me, it's like dividends. Every month, my tenants pay me rentals. Okay. That's like dividends from the bank. There are people. Number 2, Treasury Bills. I love Treasury Bills, you guys. Like the interest rate is here if you have the right amount of money. And government bonds are good, but they're too long-term for my patience levels. I'm trying to think what else.
Money markets
are great. And money markets now can start at any amount.
Yes.
There's even the new one for what's this bank? Is it NCBA? There's a new bank that is doing even 500 more. Like the DigiTrust one. You can start at 500 more. It doesn't matter if it's earning you 3
just
shillings.
put money. Just put money aside.
Like put money. Me, I'm like
market. You can put your money at money market.
Money markets
let
are
it,
really
let
brilliant.
that money.
Like
money
when I met my husband, I was still,
trying.
I didn't know, but he had money market accounts, and I was like, what is that? Like my eyes went, the way Tom and Jerry, they see dollars. I was like, I want to become like you when I grow up. Another important part, whoever you're dating, like she said,
they have to plan.
Yes. Let me tell you the number of conflicts I've seen because the woman is more money savvy than the man, or is earning more, or the man is more money savvy than the woman and he feels she's spending too much. So many, it's not worth it. Like, make sure both of you are thinking about money, you're talking about money, you have plans. They can be together, they can be separate, but you have to have a money mindset.
Money mindset.
Otherwise,
yes, that's true.
It will just become problematic.
It will just be a waste of time.
And then another.
Stop asking people for their favorite color.
My parting shot would be, though, there's this thing that young people are scared of. They're like, maybe it will not make money for me and lose it. You understand? Like, I'm going to lose the money.
Risk averse.
You're too risk averse. What I'll say is, as long as you know that your 500 shillings is always going to be there. Like,
yes.
If push comes to shove, you'll get back your 500.
Yes.
Put it.
Yes.
Don't care about it. Put it.
Yes.
Put it and let it.
And that's what I like
for
about
the
real
risk
estate.
players,
I'm like, the money I put in will be there.
Yes,
even
there.
if the
It's
property
constant.
market crashes, my money will be
It's
there.
a constant.
All these rentals, what? Those are benefits that I didn't have yesterday. Same thing with your money market. Your money is here.
Yes.
If you
the
can
interest
interest
is a bonus.
That's why I call it passive. Because it's the money you put that is making money.
You're looking for that extra money.
So
but
it's
your
making
core
money for
funds
you. The core funds are there. Something
Please,
else for the risk players.
Don't do these pyramid schemes.
Don't.
Don't.
Do not. My friends do not.
Understand how we're still having this conversation
In 2021.
Guys, please give me 500. I'll give you 500. We'll all be wealthy by today. I don't know. Okay, go on. Like
have nice shoes.
I know, like, at least they should be wearing red bottoms.
as they say,
If they're wearing the red bottoms,
Yeah,
they're
we
giving
can
you
maybe
500. I'm like,
listen.
yeah, might. I might.
guys, that's the same as going to a witch doctor to try and get
People
extra
who
money.
they want to
Just
be
don't do
rich
it.
online.
Mm.
And they're online, they're not rich.
Do we need to order more wine? No.
Yes.
Okay.
We do. So
Your
as I was
parting
saying,
shots,
my
as
final,
I-
not final. Again, for the risk players, they've mentioned all these safe playing zones. For the risk players, buy shares.
Shares.
Buy
No, I
shares.
don't think shares
Buy
are
stock.
risky.
Buy stock.
Yeah.
Buy stock.
I don't
Do
even know
your
if that's
research.
really risky.
It is.
If you're smart.
It depends. Like 2020 COVID, people lost some money,
But
especially
you just
those who had shares, and then when the prices were starting to go down, they
They
decided to
sold.
sell.
That's my issue.
That's
I was going to
exactly
say
the problem.
shares and stocks
You're
are
not
long term.
supposed to. Yes.
Yeah.
When you're buying shares, let that money be the money you can
I've had
forget about.
shares
It's
in
like giving your
Safaricom shares.
money to your friend.
Yeah.
Yes, the people for Safaricom bought shares at 5 shillings.
Yes.
5 shillings.
And today
is 52 bob.
Guys, times 10.
Yeah, I know it's like 10 years later, but again.
But that's the thing.
Just
10 years
buy
later,
shares.
you're still alive.
Yes.
And you might be alive for another
Buy
50
shares.
years.
Not, why am I calling them shares?
Stop.
Buy stock. Buy stock. If you have that 100k, 50k, 500,000 that you want to, like, you know, just put somewhere and forget. If you're not like me, I'm very is it conservative? I'm very when it comes to real estate.
Yeah, cautious.
Yes.
Cautious,
like, people have lost property out here. Like the government will come and say this was government property or this is a road reserve. Your plot just goes like that. That is what happens in Nairobi, at least the few cases I've had. Yes, your properties are demolished.
Wow.
And you've lost your property. You bought property, you've lost it. You've built a house, you've lost it.
That's scary.
You can imagine that is actually, you can actually go into depression.
Yeah.
So I've
I
seen
would be
people
depressed,
go through that.
guys.
Yes, I've seen people go through that. I've seen it in media. And then someone sells, in Nairobi, there are people who sell one property to 4 people.
Yeah.
They say
oh, guys, I've been scammed before.
So
I won't even laugh. It's not even funny.
All of you
my
have
first
an
attempt,
original title deed.
No. So I bought that one. That went well. Then the next one was that scam.
You bought air?
But I'm happy it happened. Yes, we bought a swamp that wasn't the owner's swamp. But I'm so glad that it happened because after that, I check. I know how my legal things to do. I know where to sign.
Talk to me,
Talk to the
Kenyan
lawyer.
people.
Talk to the lawyer. Like
So
now,
when it
I know,
comes with
like first of all,
that,
if the seller refuses to sell to me in front of a lawyer and police, like I literally go to Long Acre Police to sign my agreements. Because the police were like, we know this guy. Like literally we walked in to report and they were like, this guy sells houses, he sold land, he sells like, they were like, we can't even laugh at you because this is his game. So they were like, yes, they were like, we know the players in this space. So if you want, bring them here. If they refuse, then you know. So now me, I don't sign. I go with my lawyer, we walk to Long Acres Police Post and I'm like, now sign here. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so with all those cases, I know a few people who've gone through that.
Yeah.
People
It
lost.
hurts. It
you've
hurts.
lost a piece of land you've bought for like with your entire life savings.
Yeah.
And then you've decided to build like a 1-bedroom house. Just one. For like your peace of mind. I don't want to pay rent in Nairobi anymore. And then like before you even move in, like it's just like at the finishing touches. You've put all those nice tiles, and then the government will just come and do it.
Yes.
So when it comes to property, with me,
Yeah. You're not
Skeptical?
yet ready for it.
Skeptical?
Yeah, and that's
I'm
good.
not ready
it's
for
good
that.
to
I
know.
think
It's the same way I haven't invested in cryptocurrency. Like I know this, like I'm in tech, so Bitcoin as soon as it came out, I was aware. But I'm not yet. I feel like I'm not yet at a
That
level
mindset,
where I'm comfortable enough to say I will monitor the markets. I don't want to lose money. Like money is painful to lose.
Money is
so
very painful.
so always
very
understand
hard
what
to
you have
gain,
the
no?
appetite for. Yes, you
yes.
and make sure you're ready to educate yourself on whatever that investment vehicle is so that you have all the information that
That's
you need.
true. That is true. So for property, maybe I can take another leap at it and talk to
One
the right
day.
people.
We just
But
better
in the
something in
meantime,
Zambia.
Talk to me nicely.
I will.
I'm,
definitely.
yes,
In the
and
meantime,
I
I'm
think I need to get at someone
just
with
play
property
around
in
with
my,
stock.
on my
Buy like 4 different stock and just just
monitor
play
it
around
and
with
just
them.
play with it.
Play around with
You
them.
guys, money is fun.
Yeah.
Like
I'm telling
I'm
you,
sorry,
money
if you
market.
don't- like just sitting and watching money and playing. Like
Money
for me,
market.
when my salary comes, I
On
feel like
Sunday?
payday because I'm like, now let's play. So I know, okay, my salary. Like I deliberately have not automated my everything because I enjoy the feeling of now I've moved this much to that account that does this. I've moved this to my pensions.
Yes,
I've
I
moved
do
this
that
to
every
this
6
investment.
months.
I love it.
I
It's
do
so
that
much
every
fun.
6
Like just
months.
watching and saying, okay, if I move this one though, let me adjust because this one is going to make me like 2% more.
Ooh,
It's so much fun.
I want to get there though.
We
You
will.
have those options.
Okay, we have to sign up because this is
So
this
this
is
is
too
long.
long. But thank you for joining us. Next week we talk about fitness and wellness and all those good things. Please, these my friends, if you see their quads. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for being here.
Bye.
Bye.
See
We
ya.
are off to order more wine.